Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the transit of Mars as it goes through the sign of Virgo. This is very important because Mars is the planet of energy, and wherever it is, it will be a major focus in accordance to what sign it's in. That's what it will bring out to the world. Now, Mars will transit into the sign of Virgo September 5th till October 22nd. And during this time, what will Mars bring out? Issues around health and healing. Now, before I continue on about Mars, I want to remind everyone to sign up for my free newsletter by going to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And with that, you will be receiving all of my predictions monthly delivered right to your email address. So remember, galacticcenter.org. And while you're there, don't forget to check out my beautiful spiritual jewelry. So with that, we are going to continue on because this is a very, very important cycle. Now, Mars goes through the entire zodiac once every 2 years. So you would think this can't be this important. But it has proved to be very important. As a matter of fact, when it comes to terms of health and healing, the very last time that Mars was in Virgo was in October of 2019. Now, thinking back to that time, this was actually the time that the coronavirus was invented and started causing this plague to the world. Now, you may think, well, Mars goes through Virgo so many times. Why are these times so significant? What most people don't understand, though, is generally when Mars is in Virgo, many, many times it is the flu season breaking out, things of that nature, and this does happen quite often. But the significance of it being in Virgo with all the other transiting planets that surrounded it this year, of 2020, is what caused this incredible breakout astrologically. This is one of the true reasons. Now, going back to another cycle of Mars that was significant in the sign of Virgo was in 2014. In 2014, the reason why this was so significant is that Mars was actually retrograde in Virgo. Now, these retrogrades, Mars will go retrograde in a sign, let's say from Virgo to the very next time it's in Virgo, it takes approximately about 16 to 17 years. So it may go through all 12 of the signs every 2 years, but by the time in its cyclic process of retrograde, it will return to Virgo about every single 16 to 17 years. And another important time that it was in Virgo in retrograde was around the time of the AIDS virus. This is so significant that Mars in this sign will bring out problems in the world concerning disease. So what can we get out of the fact that Mars in 2019 was there, and here it is to return during the season of September 5th to October 22nd this year of 2021? What is this here to tell us? Well, first of all, I believe there's going to be a lot going on with the lockdowns, the fear that it's returning, the different strains of it becoming more intense. But there's a little window in here that I think gives us a ray of hope, and that is around August 27th through September 24th. Mercury will be in Virgo with Mars. Now, Mercury in Virgo with Mars, during this time, there may be some major discoveries about health and healing and how we can really get a handle on this virus, because We have been looking in so many different directions to get our life back. In terms of this virus, we've been looking at vaccinations, we've been looking at drugs, we've been looking at healing, we've been looking at all sorts of ways to get a handle on this so that we can begin to live our lives. And this virus will never completely go away, but we will learn how to live with it where it is not this destructive force that causes our world to shut down and to kill so many people. This is what I see happening during this time with this focus of Mars and Mercury in Virgo. Mercury is about intellect. It's about the mind, intelligence, learning. And during this time, there can be some major research as to the possibility of certain drugs or medicines or something that can make us be able to live with this virus, to carry on our lives in this world. But I do believe that once Mercury does leave Virgo, which is September 24th, there may be a turn of events that it becomes worse. And I'll tell you why. Because the Sun is going to be in Virgo as well with Mars. And when the Sun is in Virgo with Mars, this can intensify and heat things up a lot. So the Sun will enter Virgo around the 16th, 15th, 16th of September. And during this time, things are going to really start to fall back. Because here's the thing, when you bring Mars and the Sun together, they create anger, they create frustration, they create rage. And what I feel like is if our governments, which I do think they will, start the process of wanting to lock people down after this amount of time that everyone has gone through this for so long, people are enraged. There's going to be blow-ups. There's going to be protests. There's going to be more to this because by October 8th, the Sun and Mars will conjoin at 21 degrees of Virgo. And Sun-Mars is violence. And what's it all about? The way that the health and the governments and scientists have handled this virus in the world. It seems so political. And people, whether it is or not, are enraged by every minute. They don't know what to do. This is the month we're going to see a lot of explosive events, but what will come out of this eventually is a healing and a better understanding of health and how the body can work. As I said, I believe there's going to be some major discoveries, but will they let it come out? And why wouldn't they let it come out? This is going to be at the bottom of everything. Now, let me talk a little bit about the nakshatras that Mars is going to be transiting in, because Mars will originally be, when it enters into Virgo, will be in the nakshatra Uttara Falguni. This nakshatra is not a violent or serious nakshatra. It's a peaceful nakshatra. So at first things, yeah, it's going to seem difficult. Don't get me wrong. But when it goes into Hasta, this is a much more intense nakshatra. When Mars goes into Hasta, this will be September 21st through October 12th. And when it does, there will be more of a grip taking hold of people. Hasta's the hand, and Hasta deals with grabbing onto things. It does deal with a high degree of intelligence and discoveries, and I think this will be where people will start to really start coming out with some great discoveries. But by October 12th, till the time that Mars leaves Virgo, from October 12th to October 22nd, Mars will be in Chitra. Now this is intense. So I think some discoveries are trying to be put out, but things are blocking it, and the anger and explosive events will start concerning the anger about lockdowns and the virus. Now this will happen because while Mars is in the nakshatra of Chitra, Chitra is ruled by Mars. Therefore, it creates more fire, more anger, more frustration, more events. And this is going to be transforming the world. Possibly even the events that we start to really understand what's at the bottom of this virus. Because this has always plagued us. What is going on? Why are we being lied to? And what can we do? And this is where it's all taking us. As Mars transits through Virgo, we're going to have a better understanding of this virus. But will it create peace? Absolutely not. Because now everything is coming together and we're starting to get the answers. And these answers are not going to bring us peace. It's going to make people more and more enraged. And that is what I see about Mars transiting through Virgo. And look out for the month of October, because October 8th, there will be major events. And these will be very revealing and very healing. But it seems like things have to be exposed for a healing to happen. And with that will come explosive events steeped with frustration, anger, and hopefully not violence. But another lockdown will bring that. And Mars in Virgo could be telling us that we're due for this again. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And if you would like to study Vedic astrology with me, go visit my university website, which is University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.